Hello everyone and welcome to a small unboxing of something I picked up by CMON Games, a Dark Knight's Metal release, and this is compatible with 2nd edition Zombicide. If you've been following the channel, you know I've been covering Marvel Zombies. That is compatible with that for many reasons, but the base 2nd edition rules for Zombicide, CMON Games have been doing various skins for abominations and characters and whatnot. I think there's the boys set, there's a Thundercats set as well, ridiculously. But I'm a Batman fan, as you might be aware, for other games I've covered here on the channel, and I saw that they were doing a Dark Knight Metal, which is essentially the evil Batman who first appeared prior to the Year of the Villain storyline, as the most notable of which is the Batman Who Laughs. He kind of stuck around. The original other evil Batman that hung around with him all kind of didn't, which is a bit of a shame because I liked quite a few of them. Red Death is my favourite, and I've forgotten his name. I think it's Demolisher. The one that's crossed with Doomsday. He's pretty fun. The worst one is definitely Murder Machine. But we'll get to that, I suppose. So it also includes a bonus miniature we'll take a look at. But we're just going to have a little look at these miniatures. And I was kind of hoping that maybe some of them would be good stand-ins for the Batman miniature game that I play sometimes. And if not, doesn't really matter. If I ever decide to play 2nd edition Zombicide, it gives me some options of characters I like. And with that, we'll go in order. Pack 1, Pack 2, Pack 3, Pack 4. Let's do this. So inside pack 1 is Batman sporting his Rebirth costume. That might be what he's still wearing. I haven't kept up with like more modern Batman comics, but that's definitely the Rebirth costume. With the Batman Who Laughs, and I believe also, yeah, some of the Robins who laugh as well. There it is there. From the darkest corners of the multiverse comes the Batman Who Laughs, etc. 6 miniatures, 1 ID card, 2 Abomination cards, and 2 reference cards. A core box of Zombicide 2nd edition is needed, on the assumption you want to actually play with them. I'm more interested in the quality of the miniatures themselves, so let's see. So there's the stat cards. I'll need to bring them out of their protective coverings in a second. Same with the cards. Let's look at the important stuff though, which is the miniatures. So don't tell me there's sellotape. Oh no, it's fine, I've got it. My dreaded enemy, this sellotape. Let's see here, there we go. Let's have a little look. So this is very much looking like Batman as his Viking form. Let's zoom in here. It'll take a second to adjust to the zoom, but it should. There we go. Very neat looking, kind of similar to Gotham City Chronicles, more so than the Batman miniature game in terms of scale and level of detail, I would say. But very nice. One of the axes is bent, unfortunately, ever so slightly, but that is fixable. And then we have the Batman Who Laughs, not sporting his scythe for a change, sporting his big curved knives that he uses in the story that was named after him as well, which followed on from the Dark Knight Metal stuff. Pretty fun. I do like the conversation he has with the elevator guy at Wayne Towers. So there's a look at the detail there. He is very lanky, so I'm not used to seeing him so crouched down. Fun though. And then we have 4 Robins Who Laugh, Crow, etc. And these might be a bit harder to get in detail. There we go. They look nicer than the Robins Who Laugh available for the Batman miniature game. And none of them are in the Naruto running pose, which is a plus. There's another one right there. He's kind of in a stop don't hit me kind of pose. This one looks like he's about to throw something, but he doesn't have anything in his hand to throw, so that's a bit of a weird pose there. Right there. And then finally, this one's kind of similar to one of the poses of the Robins from the Batman miniature game. Not quite the same crouched effect, but close. So I'll get the protective wrap off of the cards back in a second. So for these first cards, really all you do need to see is the front, because all the cards in here are just the same card in a variety of European languages. So we just have this, and then I presume it will have a little bit of blurb on the back for his rules, tactician and tough. So yeah, and then with the other cards, there is a lot of them, but again this is going to be multiple languages. But the Batman Who Laughs, his rules for an abomination, the Robins are apparently also an abomination, and then it's literally all the cards in other languages as well, Spanish, etc, etc. I'm just double checking there's not other cards. I don't know, hang on, there is other English cards. His stat card with rules and how to play him in a game. and then that in every other language as well. So really there's only 2 or 4 cards there you need, and 1 card over here for the language of your choice. But that's in pack 1. Let's move on to pack 2. So next we've got Murder Machine and the Merciless, I believe. Let me just double check it is Murder Machine. I know it's something stupid. I don't know if it says. It just says the universe they're from. Okay, fair enough. We'll have to find out on the cards. He's definitely the Merciless. I just can't remember if his name is quite as stupid as Murder Machine. Oh, it does just go by their universes rather than the nicknames they had, huh? Well, there we go. Don't really need to open these now that we know it's just 1 card. But there's his things for leveling up. Oh yeah, so that's if you wanted to use them as a character then, as opposed to an Abomination spawn card, which is what these are for. But the most important part is, of course, the evil sellotape stopping me from getting into my minis. So there we go, that's pretty neat looking. We'll zoom in a little bit again, in red, which is hard to focus on, it seems. Still having trouble, it's probably because it's too close to skin color. I think that's in focus, I apologise if it's not. It'll be a bit hard to pick out all the detail on his armour, but there is a lot of detail there. Very fancy looking. Looks like a Dark Souls enemy. That's kind of what I liked about him. And then Murder Machine here. He's firing a repulsor blast, copywritten. Any second now. Would have been fun if he came with one of his Alfred clones. Or holograms, whatever they were. I can't quite tell if that's in focus or not. I know it's struggling a little bit. Hopefully that is. There's the back of him. So hopefully partially in focus if nothing else. They don't have any goons or anything like that, so on to the next one. So next we have Green Lantern Batman essentially, and Doomsday Batman. This was Dawnbreaker I think, and I think he was Demolisher or something like that. But they're just called Earth 1 and Earth 32. Fair enough. Yeah, so they're also Abomination alternatives. Let's crack it open and have a look. There is Abomination stack card. I just realised, of course, there is 2 character warrants, so I didn't show off the other one in the previous bag, but that's okay. The main draw here is the models. At least for me, because I don't have Zombicide 2nd edition. Just got Marvel Zombies. So it is all about minis, and this box is larger to fit in Demolisher. Go. Well, let's look at little emaciated Batman first. Zoom in and hope. Pardon me. Hope for the best. I think that's as good as we're going to get it. He's holding up his Green Lantern ring, which he had the willpower to suppress and control and make it do bad things. I did like the comic that was the backstory for every one of these evil Batmen. Some of them are misguided, some of them are just wrong, some of them are evil, some of them they had to do something. Like this one had to infect himself with the Doomsday virus because Superman went evil in his universe, and it was the only way he could think of to beat him. And then he kind of became obsessed with turning everyone into Doomsday so no one would be threatened by a Kryptonian ever again. So neat backstory. I hope it's in focus. For some reason the red plastic just has a bit more trouble with the camera. It looks very well detailed to me, right down to even like the detail underneath his neck there. I can't remember what that is. Is it a symbol or necklace? I don't quite remember. Either way, very cool, very large mini. And very detailed, even the base is very detailed. I wasn't even looking at those for the previous miniatures, but yeah, very nice. So that is those two. We have one more set, and then the bonus mini. So this last pair is Red Death and the Drowned. Flash fused with Batman. Their Batman found himself getting older and slower and not being able to save people. He took drastic measures, and there were catastrophes as a result. And then the Drowned is just like female Bruce Wayne, Bryce I believe her name was, from a universe where everyone's the opposite gender to what they normally are, and Atlantica waged a war, I think. I don't quite remember the details, but there is Bryce's card right there. And then more importantly, after that, the two minis. Her mini, just at a glance, I'm going to take a better look at it here, is remarkably similar to the drowned Night Models miniature for her, which was for the second edition of the game. But yeah, it's remarkably similar to the pose here, even with what she's standing on. Let's zoom in and hope for the best, fingers crossed, etc. Oh, there we go, I think that's in. So it's as if she's underwater, that's why her hair is up like that. She's got Aquaman's staff. I think she's standing on like tentacles or a coral with the Night Models one. So this is more like a crashing wave, which is pretty neat. And then Red Death. Basically the exact same pose as the Night Models one. But what else can you do when it's a speedster? You've got to show them running, of course. Which I'm hoping, well, if it's not in focus, I hope it will be soon. Maybe it's just moving too quick. There we go. That looks a bit better. I would say like he looks a little paler for some reason. The plastic looks a little paler. But if you're painting them, that doesn't really matter. And yeah, it even has like the Speed Force at the back there. It doesn't have the life draining bats, whatever they were called, coming off the back of him. Neat model though, very simple pose, but obviously very iconic Flash running pose. So that is it for the main releases, but then there was also Pack 5, which was a bonus mini. And here it is. This is Pack 5, this is an abomination, this is Lobo Batman. The cross between Batman and Lobo. The bounty hunter from outer space. Well, this one is not, this opens from the side. He is also an abomination, in more ways than one. Well, the cards are just in there like that, huh? So he doesn't have a stat card, he just has like the spawn card equivalent, I presume. Again, not played second edition Zombicide. But at the end of an activation deals 1 wound to all adjacent survivors in line of sight. That sounds nasty. Purple plastic for the mini itself. Oop. There we go. Let's have a little look here. The base is adorned with many a skull, which is very nice to see. And that is hopefully a relevant look at the detail on him there. He's got a lot of detail to pick out that might be kind of blobbing together because of the colour of the plastic. Using 2 knives. And he has long flowing locks, which is very uncharacteristic of most Batman. Yeah, very cool looking. And the base sizes of all these miniatures are basically on par with the Batman miniature game. So you could use these as skins. Night Models themselves are making skins for their existing models, so if you didn't want to use these on Zombicide, I think there could be alternative uses in different games as well. But that was a little look. I pre-ordered these like 2 years ago at the start of the pandemic. To be honest, I totally forgot about them until I got a dispatch notification. So it was a bit of a surprise when they finally released. And CMON is just doing this, like making skins for, you know, people to get the license from, to give you other playable characters in Zombicide 2nd edition. You'd have to make your own stat cards if you wanted to use them in kind of like a Marvel Zombie situation, I would imagine. But very nice looking, very nice quality of mini. Couldn't tell you about the gameplay mechanics obviously, but that'll be down to anyone else who's interested. I picked these up in the UK from a retailer, so they're just publicly available, and you can go check them out for yourselves if you're interested. Get them painted up. I think they'll look pretty cool. Thank you for watching. Until next time, ta for now.